Hey Foundation students, today we're going to be running through doing all of your Bul Sul techniques. First, the reason why we practice our Bul Sul techniques is there's self-defense from all different types of places that you could be grabbing your body, whether it's your wrist or you're being choked or if it's a one-hand grab. All the Bul Sul techniques run through the basic techniques in order to get out of those situations. Whenever we're running through all of our Bul Sul techniques, you will see them first whenever you are learning 1 through 5. Whenever you need to get your first black stripe, you only need to know that 1 through 5. However, the second time that you see those Bul Sul techniques, you'll need to know 1 through 10. That way you have the entire complete set of Bul Sul techniques down before you go and move on to your yellow belt. Yellow belts that are still in foundations class will need to know all 1 through 10 Bul Sul techniques at all times in order for them to move on into the next program. The months that you guys will need to know these Bul Sul techniques is in January, February, April, May, July, August, October, and November. So if you're not in one of those months in the foundations class, it isn't a necessity just yet. However, you can look at this video and go ahead and get a jump on what you might need to know. So I'm going to have my partners, Miss Hummingbird. We're going to go ahead and run through 1 through 5. She's grabbed me. Whenever we're doing these Bul Sul techniques, these wrist grabs come from what's called a same side grab. That means it's not coming across like this. See how I'm going across her body? It's the same just like this. So if this arm's out, she's grabbing this one. Number 1, the way it works, she's going to be grabbing my wrist just like this. I'm going to take a step forward with the same hand that she's grabbing. So she's grabbing my right hand, same side, that's my right foot. I'm going to step in with my right foot, grab my right hand, and pull it out just like this. Do it one more time. She's grabbed me. She's going to try and pull me that way. A lot of times, I'll tell you guys in class to always try and step on the other person's foot like this. However, if they're moving back and they're moving away, you might miss their foot a couple times. So instead of trying to step on their foot, I want you to try and step in between their legs, then grab your hand and pull it out just like that. Makes the technique much easier to get down. That's number 1. We'll do it one more time. She's grabbing, I step in, grab my own hand, pull it back out. Number 2, she's grabbing my wrist. With this one, you're going to step back with the same side foot. She's grabbing my right wrist. I'm going to step back with my right foot, wave my hand in front of her face. We call this one wave goodbye because my hand's going to come right up just like this as I'm waving and coming through. Once again, right hand, step back with my right foot. I wave as fast as I can. The reason why you want to wave fast is because if you're waving slow just like this, technique's not really going to work as well. She's going to have a tight grip and I won't be able to get out of that technique. So you got to step and swing really fast. Number 3 is very similar. It's called a round and down. Same thing. She's grabbing my right hand. I'm going to step back with my right foot. I'm going to swing my arm to the outside rather than the inside. Number 2. Number 3 comes this way. I'm going to throw my shoulder into it and throw it down just like this. So one more time. She's grabbing. I step back. Arm comes this way and I throw my shoulder back down. It's number 3. Number 4, she's grabbing my shoulders just like this. Anytime someone's grabbing our shoulders, or if we're doing techniques where they're grabbing our neck, you want to make sure you're not moving into it, because if she's grabbing tight, I'm going to start choking myself. And we want to make sure you're not doing that. So she's grabbing my wrist, she's grabbing my shoulders, and I'm always moving backwards just like this. Not moving in, I'm moving back. I'm going to take a big step back with one of my feet, duck under her arms, and then put my hands up in a fighting stance just like this. You want to make sure anytime we do these techniques, you're always ending it with hands up in fighting stances. One more time, she's grabbing. If I step back with my right foot, I'm going to duck under on this right side, put my hands up just like that. So number 4, number 5, she's grabbing my shoulders. I'm going to be moving back just like this. I'm going to take a big step back with one of my feet. One arm comes on top, one comes underneath. You don't want to be going like this. So let's come closer to the camera. If she's grabbing me, I don't want to go over with both of them. It's not like this. One comes under, one comes over. One comes under, one comes over. As I step and I pull into me. So we'll watch it again. So I'm here. One is under, one is over. I'm going to use my arm to pull her arm down. It's not my hand like this. It's going on her arm. If I'm going on this left side, I take a step back with my left foot, pull in. I'm going to make a spear hand. I want to make a spear hand just like this. For many months, we're going to use spear hands. For others, we'll use what's called phoenix eye. Spear hand is whenever you have all your fingers tucked together, and you're going to push back right in the middle of the throat. That same thing applies with that phoenix eye. Reach over, pull down. You make the phoenix eye like this. You're just going to move your middle finger up just a little bit and squeeze it in between your fingers and use that end part to poke and push back. That's number 1 through 5. For your first black stripe, that is all you need to know, 1 through 5. So if you're only working on your first black stripe right now, you can go ahead and pause the video, review the ones that I just showed, and make sure you get those down before you look at 6 through 10. Number 6, she's grabbing my shoulders just like this. Very similar to number 5, it's the exact same pull down. One arm comes under, one comes over, left side, pull down with the step back on my left foot. If I'm going on the right side, I'm going to step back on my right foot. With number 6, you're going to reach behind and grab the back of their neck with your opposite hand. So you see how my right hand is over here? I'm going to reach behind with my left hand, and then with my right hand, I'm going to grab my wrist. So this comes up close onto her neck just like this. We'll come in closer. She's grabbing. I'm going to pull down. That other hand is going to shoot right behind her neck. Or if I'm doing it on this side, I'm going to shoot right behind and grab the back of her neck. I'm going to grab my own wrist, just like this, making sure it's not your arm. And then I'm going to squeeze my elbow in. A lot of people have this bad habit of going like this, where they're moving their arm forward. That's not what we're doing. We're moving our elbow into our hand, so we're making this clamping motion. Do it again. She's grabbing. I'm going to pull down, reach behind and grab my wrist, and squeeze in just like that. That's number 6. Number 7, she's grabbing on one side just like this. So now we're just using one hand to grab. Whenever she's grabbing like this, if she's grabbing my right shoulder, I'm going to cover my right hand, step back on my right foot. If she's grabbing my left shoulder, I'm going to cover my left hand, step back on my left foot. It's really easy to remember. Now, I'm going to have this back. My opposite arm is going to come on top. I'm going to drop into a riding horse stance as I bring this elbow down. I'm going to drop just like this. Then I'm going to use that elbow to tap right in the side of her head. Make sure we're not actually hitting our partners, and make sure we're being nice and gentle with all these techniques, but especially with number 7. Remember, she's grabbing left side, cover with left hand, step back with my left foot, reach over, pull down, elbow. It's number 7. Number 8. This one is from that same one-handed grab, just like this. She's grabbing my left shoulder. I'm going to cover my left hand, step back with my left foot. She's grabbing my right shoulder, cover with the right hand, step back with my right foot. My opposite side hand is going to grab her chin just like this. I'm going to put the palm of my hand here. Not grabbing it necessarily, but keeping it open. Then my other hand is going to come right to the back of her head just like this. I'm going to push up on her chin and then down, bringing her to the ground. You want to make sure we're not twisting. You're going up and then down, coming all the way to the ground. That listening stance, just like this, whenever we say take a knee, sir, and this is how we are sitting, this is how you want to end up after you take your partner down. And then always help your partner back up. Couple things with number 8. First thing, you want to make sure you're not dropping your partners. We're nicely carrying them all the way to the ground. I explained this very many times in class, but if you drop your partner, what's going to happen is they're going to get right back up. You want to make sure you get down to the ground with them. That way you have control over where they are in the ground. In future classes, you will learn pins, why it's very important to make sure you go down to the ground with your partner rather than just dropping them. Also, with this number 10, a lot of people, especially if they're a lot smaller and they can't reach as far, have an issue with getting these grabs up here just like this. So that's the reason why we do these balance breaks. Grab on the other side for me. If I cover just like this, whenever I step back, I should be pulling her into me. So let's watch one more time. She's grabbing my shoulder. I grab her wrist. I'm going to step and pull her into me. If I can't reach that far, I'm going to pull her. That way, I don't even have to unbend my arm. So if I'm a lot shorter than her, I don't have to do anything. And I've got the grab right here. Grab at the top of the head, you push up and push down to finish the technique. Now on to number 9. She's grabbing with one hand, but now she's going to kind of grab my shirt and twist it just like this. So the back of her hand is on my chest. This is what I consider like the 80s bully grab. So where you're grabbing and you kind of like twist your hand right into their shirt. With this one, you're going to cover their hand. Pin it to your arm. This isn't pinning it. She can still take her hand right out. She's going to grab, she twists, and I pin this right to my chest. Just like this. If she's grabbing on my left shoulder, or if her thumb is on this left side, I'm going to step back on my left foot and turn to the left. If she's grabbing on my right side, or where her thumb is on the right side of my body, I'm going to cover that hand, step back on my right foot, turn to the right. The more practice you get with any of these techniques, the easier it gets, but especially with this number 9, it's very important to practice it because without that extra needed practice, it's difficult to know which way to turn. So make sure you practice number 9 a lot. Number 10, and my personal favorite, she's grabbing, doing that same 80s bully grab, just like this. Whenever they're doing that grab on you, their thumb is going to be showing like this, one way or another, whether it's turned over or however it is, their thumb is going to be showing. So what I'm going to do is get the palm of my hand just like this. I'm going to put the palm of my hand up against her fingernail, not up against her thumb, not up here, but down here on the nail. Whenever I do that, I'm going to do this motion where I'm pushing up into her nail. I'm covering the back of her hand, or the back of her thumb like this. So I'm pushing up, squeezing the back of her thumb, and the tighter you squeeze, the more it's going to hurt. So I'm here, push up that thumb. I'm going to squeeze the back of her hand until she taps just like that. With that technique, make sure you're going very light and very slow with your partner. That one hurts a lot. And a lot of people get it wrong whenever they're not doing it the correct way. So if you don't know how to do it, and because it's such a difficult one, make sure you let me know. That way I can show you the correct grab to do on it. That way it works on the partners that you're doing it with. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you come back to this video anytime you need. All of these Bul Sul techniques are foundational techniques that you will need for future techniques that you'll learn. Samak Suls, escorts, military techniques, speed takedowns in general. Techniques like that are developed from these Bul Sul techniques. It's very important to master these before you move on to the next program or the next class. That way, you know all of your techniques in the future are going to be very, very good. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.